So what is H5P? It's a plugin that allows you to create interactive content for your students. You can create presentations, games, puzzles, quizzes, and in the example, I'm going to show you these interactive videos. So I'm going to share my screen now and take you to my Canvas course. So I'm going to play this video, and then you're going to see some of the H5 features kind of pop up along the way, and I'll stop and have us kind of talk through those. So at this point, I would be pausing the video. If this was, face-to-face or synchronous, I would be pausing the video and saying, okay, obviously this teacher's in distress. What do we need to do to be able to help her? How will we apply those skills that we're learning in the course? And H5P allows us to kind of pause and for me to be able to engage whether or not they've conducted the reading, whether or not they're applying these skills appropriately. So they have to stop before they can continue with the video, and they're asked, all right, which of these skills is appropriate to use here? Now I'm going to click on the wrong answer just to show you all kind of what that looks like. So they check and they're like, no, and then it gives corrective information. So the students then are able to retry, but I'm able to go back and check and see, okay, how did they do with this particular question? Did they answer correctly?
Just calm down. So relax. It's just.
Then it goes right on to the next part of the video. So we're able to kind of assess learning along the way. Are they applying the skills? Did they do the reading? Do they understand the reading? And so I'm going to go on to the next part of the video.
And it wasn't a student, and then those learning.
And you see now I've got a notice come up, and there's a safety concern that's come up here, right? So this is just kind of a notice that I can pop up. So you've got different options. But at this point, I wanted to get my students' attention and say, hey, this is something we don't need to gloss over. We need to revisit the statement and gather additional detail.
I don't know what to do.
Yep. No.
At this point, I've embedded internal course link to a discussion board. Because at this point, I really want to gauge, well, how would they respond? What would they say before they see this example? And so the students would click on the link. They would go to our discussion board where we ask them, hey, share some of the main discussion points, what you would say at this point with the teacher, and what your action steps would be. That gives me a chance to go back and make sure that they paid attention to those notices that we gave along the way, that they answered the questions appropriately, and for me to just be able to evaluate their learning. By using these videos with H5P as assignments outside of class asynchronously, that preserves more of my synchronous class time because most of my courses are hybrid. So that I can actually do role plays and scenarios and direct application of the skills that they're learning through our program and through our course. And so that maximizes the time that I have to be able to offer them as much opportunity for learning and engagement as possible. H5P is just a really great tool to be able to help me when they're not there in that face-to-face setting.